Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night recap call of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for this evening. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand there are so many different things that you can be doing with your time. My goodness, the nighttime is the right time for family and for preparation of the next day. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, of course, that makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. And what a powerful, powerful week this has been. My goodness, I don't know about you, but not only did I come away with some golden nuggets, I came away with some new notes and a new, fresh way of introducing other people to cryptocurrency. So let's hear it for the ILCA 5-day challenge, another one knocked out and in the books. And I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up. Yes, every day you guys are here. Bright, beautiful, smiling faces. You guys are ready to learn and ready to lend a hand if ever is needed. So again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Now, a lot of you who are watching us on YouTube, hi YouTube, how are you? Okay, so I got to pull you guys up. But if you guys are wondering how in the world do I get on that Zoom call with everyone else so I can ask some questions and get them answered, well, don't worry. All you have to do is go to ilca.app. Again, that is ilca.app, and you can choose whichever membership you want. We don't just have one, we have 3 different ones that will be able to cater to the time that you have and the education level that you're looking for. And then you can be like the cool kids. Everybody here coming on in on the Zoom side. Hello, my fellow Zoomers. How are you? Thank you guys so very much for being here all the time. You should know the routine by now. As you come on in, type your name and where you are from in that chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is a VIP with us on the Cool Kids side. And if you have the opportunity, please turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us being on a Zoom call like this, so we get a chance to see all your faces and see those wonderful smiles. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to everybody. First up, I see Miss Gina Muhammad is in the house. Hello, Miss Gina. How are you? She is representing Philadelphia. Thank you so very much for being here with us, Queen. It is always good to see you. Of course, my main man, his name is CJ. Hello, sir. Boom, 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 boom. Coming on in from Arizona. Mwah, CJ, thank you so much for always being here, for being a part of our community. We truly appreciate you. I see the lovely Miss Patty Geis is here. Hello, beautiful Queen. How are you? Miss Patty Geis is coming on in and she is representing San Diego, California. It is always good to see you, beautiful. I see we also have Miss Judy E. Hello, Judy. How are you? She is coming on in from Canada. Thank you so very much for always being here. It is always good to see you, sweetheart. Of course, there is Miss Rita B coming on in from San Diego, California. Hello, love. How are you? Thank you so very much for being here. I see we also have Miss Carla Arrigo. Mr. Brandon Ivey and I were just on a meeting with her. There she is. Hello, Queen. I can't wait to see what you got going on. Thank you so very much for being here, beautiful. It is always good to see you. I see we also have my good friend. His name is Mr. Clairvaux Albert. Hello, Clairvaux. How are you? He is representing New Haven, Connecticut. And I just saw Elton. Hello, sweetheart. There he is. Hello, my friend. Thank you so very much for being here. It is always good to see you, sir. I see we also have Idetta. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Okay, you guys, we're at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and get our party started. Again, thank each and every one of you for attending our Monday night recap for our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnie DeCasa, and I will be your humble hostess for this evening. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses. And this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Ms. Casa, for that introduction and being ready for us. I know this is dinner time for a lot of people, and Ms. Casa is still here, handling this for all of you. She's a mother and a wife as well, and a business owner with multiple income streams. And so thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here as we are closing out the month of June, ending our 5-day challenge from last week. The next 5-day challenge will not happen until August, the end of August. Why? Because next month, back in just a couple of weeks, we will be in Chicago for the Chicago Impact Summit. I encourage all of you guys that is close to there that you want to be at that event. And there's no charge for be there. So we'll be talking about that now as we get into July and run up to that very, very more frequently. Tonight, though, we're going to talk about kind of a recap from last week and how to make money in crypto. Now that you have some of the basic knowledge, first is don't let your education stop there. We want you to now go to the next step to further your knowledge and education, to learn how to apply this information, to turn that into money. How would you like to be a walking ATM machine where you literally can generate an income in crypto anytime during the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, whenever you want to, by utilizing this education and knowledge? So let me go ahead and jump on into this, because I know when it gets started, I can get real excited and go long-winded. So let's jump on in and do this. And I want to say thank all of you guys that were here and finished the entire 5 days. Not everybody can do that, even though it's only 1 hour a day. It's just like the gym. You know, a lot of people that want to start going to the gym, they can make it a couple of days the first time, but then they start to fall off. Consistency is one of the main keys to success. Not your level of talent or how smart you are, but the ability to do said tasks over and over and over again repetitively where other people fall off. So that is what this is about, the longevity game. So let me share screen. Screen 2, there we go. So the path to having success with Bitcoin. How to earn some money here. Let me move this over here so I can see you guys. And I want to welcome all of you guys on YouTube as well. Thank you guys for coming back out and listening. We still extend an invitation for you to become a Inner Circle member with us. Just go to ilca.app, ilca.app. Oh, whoa. Somehow my phone started dictating every single thing I've been saying. Wow. Shut that off. Okay, there we go. All right, the path to having success with Bitcoin. The first thing you have to do is understand reality. Most people will fail financially. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. Most people will fail financially. 93% don't have good salaries. Is it because they don't have the ability to get good jobs? Or is it that the so-called good jobs don't pay enough for you to survive? See, and I'm going to talk about this more in Chicago, that we live in a system that is designed for you to fail. That most businesses that are operating today in America do not pay a livable wage. So you're destined to fail from the start. 90% will not succeed in business. Now, that's for those of you who say, you know what, I'm not going to be a salary person. I want to actually start my own business. 95% do not succeed in even starting their own business. 97% will retire broke depending on family, government, and friends. 97%. Most people do not have $1,000 in their savings account. Most people cannot afford a $400 emergency without going into debt. One of the biggest topics in America right now is the BBB. You know what that stands for? Not BBL, I said BBB. The Big Beautiful Bill, or some are calling it the Big Bad Bill. But that's on a government level. What about on a personal level? The government is operating in debt and wants to increase the federal deficit by another debt limit by another $5 trillion. Can you increase your debt limit without going through the bank or getting their permission? Most Americans right now is living on the highest, or the most amount of Americans living on debt is the highest that they have seen in recent history right now. If your parents made $80,000 in 1990, you'd have to make $246,000 plus in 2025 to afford the same lifestyle. That's crazy. Just to have the same lifestyle. But what you have to understand is there's not a lack of money. You can't kill money. Money doesn't evaporate or disappear. You're like, well, Brandon, you ain't seen my bank account lately. It does, how many times tomorrow's the first, you get paid, and then by the end of the week, the money's already gone. Like it just poof, evaporated. Money you can't kill it. It changes form. And we'll be talking about that in Chicago, and I'll be talking about the river of money. The key is not to work harder. The key is to work smarter. Follow the river of money. So if it seems like it's evaporating around you, you have to ask yourself, where is it going? I want you to think about this. Digital currency is the new financial revolution. Uber, a transportation company that owns no cars, revolutionary. Amazon, the world's largest retail chain that has no stores, revolutionary. It created the second richest man in the world. Airbnb, a hotel chain that owns no property. That one really has my attention right now. Imagine that. Bitcoin, the greatest financial technology that the world has ever seen, that is not controlled by any business, government, or bank. It came out in 2009 at 0.003 cents. By 2021, it was $50,000. Today, it's $107,000 a coin. Oh, I need to change that number. Well, yeah. Now it's a new all-time high. The last all-time high was $108,786, but $107,000 last I looked today. In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, the world's first global decentralized cryptocurrency. In 2009, Bitcoin's value was less than 1 penny. In 2010, Bitcoin was valued at 40 cents to the US dollar. In 2016, Bitcoin was valued at $600. In 2025, Bitcoin reached over $100,000. If you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2010, how many of you guys could have found $100 back in 2010? Type me in the chat box. 100, I don't care how broke you were, you would have found $100. Today, it will be worth over $27 million. Somebody had asked me the other day, asking me about success and going back, said, Brandon, if you can go back in the past and say one thing to yourself, what would you say? I would say Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. $100, 27 million today. That was just 15 years ago. So blockchain, what is it? And that's what we covered in the 5-day challenge in night 1. What is the blockchain? Night 2, what is Bitcoin? What people want to know is it real? Am I too late? How do I buy it? And most importantly, can I spend it? And we covered all of that in the 5-day challenge. But here's one simple thing: when you might have seen the 5-day challenge, got excited, went home and started telling somebody else about it, and they looked at you like you were crazy, that it's not backed by anything, it's fake money. The fact that the IRS is taxing it and the banks are accepting it lets you know that this is real. In my journey in crypto, I taught myself all of this stuff by trial and error. And I learned 4 things that I live by in crypto that has allowed me to continue to have success every year and not fall off. I'm very conservative in this space, but I live by these 4 rules. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. I should have that in real big caps and by its page by itself. Number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Number 3, always get your investment back as fast as possible. And number 4, where do you see yourself in the future? What's your goals over the next 6 months, 3 months, year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Once you find out what your goal is, then you can work backwards. Find a vehicle, stay focused, do not get distracted. That's also very difficult because blockchain technology is so big that you can position yourself in any industry within that. And you can tend to get shiny ball syndrome. How many of you have ever been to Vegas? Type me in the chat box. Have you ever flown into Vegas or driven into Vegas at night and you're going through the desert and then all of a sudden these lights bright up in the middle of the desert? It's like Disneyland. Do you know why all the casinos, all the hotels, the strip is so lit up and bright in colors and shooting all over the place? It's a dopamine affecting your brain. Oh, it's shiny ball syndrome. And people get that in crypto. Oh, there's this opportunity here. Oh, there's this opportunity here. Oh, there's this one over here. Oh, I got to put money on that. Oh, I'm missing out. There's thousands of tokens and everybody wants to get rich overnight. Understand that you have limited resources. So you have to know what your limit is. And then you have to be careful to choose what to be a part of. And that's why I have these 4 rules. If I didn't have these 4 rules, I would have crashed out years ago. I would have saw one shiny object that was promising the world. I would have made a little bit of money in it at the beginning, went all in on it because other people are making millions, and then the whole thing collapses on me and I lost everything. And now you don't have resources to get yourself started again. So these 4 rules are my gospel when it comes to crypto. Here's some tips to investing in crypto. Number 1, do your own homework. This is why the education piece is important, so you know how to do your own homework. Do your own homework. Do not rely on what somebody else says. See, people say, Brandon, who should I listen to in the crypto space? Nobody. You should listen to yourself. Why? Because only you know what your situation is. So a good opportunity for somebody else may not be a good move for you. And a good move for you may not be good for that person. So if you're able to rely on your own education, you know how to position yourself to win. It even goes for me. Brandon, should I listen to you? No, I can show you the path. I can share information, but then it's up to you to take that information and figure out how it best suits your current situation and your long-term goals. I have a simple layout and plan in the ILCA community. Teach crypto education. Stay on top of it because it changes every day. And offer the ability for people to earn anywhere between $2,500 to $5,000 a month passive income based on the knowledge that they're gaining from our crypto education. And I don't care where it comes from, whether it's multiple places or one. But then it's up to you to figure out, okay, can I do that? Can I be involved? Can I not? Is it for me? Is it not? So that still is up to you. Do your own homework. Where a lot of people lose is they find somebody that they trust, somebody, especially if you come from the network marketing or MLM side, and you've got a leader you've been following for 20 years, and they've made a whole lot of money. And now they're getting into crypto because they're all excited about it. And they jump on board an opportunity. They probably got a signing deal that you don't know about. And they're pumping this thing up for you, not teaching you crypto education, not pointing you in how to get it. In fact, they even do the opposite. I had people, I got to go back to even when we first started ILCA, purposely prevent their people from attending and listening to anything ILCA had to say because they were afraid that their people would realize that the opportunities that they were promoting were bullshit. And they didn't want them to know that. Oh, that's real. Marnita knows what I'm talking about. So do not follow somebody else. Do your own homework. So you know the right questions to ask. You know what red flags there are, like proceed with caution. Oh, wow. Anybody that loves WWE, you know Naomi? That's her theme now. Proceed with caution. I act as if every opportunity I see is a scam up front. Okay? I go in with that thinking because 90% of these things aren't going to succeed. And if a company fails, it doesn't mean it failed because it was a scam. Most businesses don't succeed anyway. It just didn't have a good business plan. They were doing bad business. There have been so many opportunities that have potential that if it was run the right way, it could reach the moon. And you're looking at the CEOs like, what in the hell are you doing? So I operate on this rule that if I see an opportunity that I like, if it fails by 90%, can I still make a profit? If the answer is yes, I proceed with caution. I follow my 4 rules. I only invest money that I can afford to lose. And I make my money back as fast as possible as far as a profit. Therefore, once that happens, if this thing doesn't work, I didn't lose my life savings. I still came out on the positive. It has been a very long time. I got to really think long and hard that I actually lost. I'm in the negative. I've lost money, but I was still in the positive. Wow, I can't think of one yet that I have actually was in the negative on a project because I follow my 4 rules. Even if it failed, owners did something crazy. I mean, and there's some times on the do your own homework, you can vet as best as you possibly can. There was one opportunity where we vetted this thing inside and out. We personally knew the owner of the company. That, in fact, that owner of the company had, years before was a part of in my downline in another opportunity. We knew the family. He was married with a daughter. We met with their lawyers. They were represented by one of the largest law firms in their country. We saw the bank accounts. We saw the trading platform in action. We had the receipts, in other words. We saw everything. But what we didn't account for was that company making $500 million and the owner, the guy we knew, leaving his wife and daughter and running off to Brazil with all the money. How could we have predicted that? So sometimes you can do everything right and still lose. Okay, so but you have to own that fact. And one thing I also say this too as a guarantee, I can guarantee you're going to lose money in crypto. I didn't say your life savings. I didn't say your home or your car. You're going to lose because nothing is 100%. With your education, you will be able to limit what you lost, and your gains will be much bigger than what you've lost. But you're going to lose. So if you're afraid of losing anything, if you're afraid of losing money, this is not the space for you. You're looking for security. Nobody's ever gotten rich on security. So this is not for you. Diversify effectively. What does that mean? Don't just have one thing you're doing. Have multiple streams of income. If you're building tokens, make sure you have multiple different coins. Now, if you are going to be in this space, there is only one coin you can get in, and you don't have to worry about nothing else, and that is Bitcoin. If all you did was just bought Bitcoin, regardless of the price, for the next 5 years and never sold it, you're going to be well off in the next 5 years. But when it comes to everything else, diversify, have multiple plans. I have short-term goals, long-term goals, mid-term goals, multiple different tokens and wallets. And we talked about this on Wednesday night about wallets, and then Thursday and Friday about keeping your coins in secure wallets. Security, so that you can avoid getting scammed or somebody breaking into your wallet and taking all of your funds. Keep your coins in secure wallets. Prepare for volatility. Wall Street does not like volatility. That's why they didn't get into crypto early on. But volatility in crypto is actually good. I love it. The more volatility there is, the more money I make. Diamond class members, tomorrow night, I'm going to show you a trick I taught myself for the last couple of weeks. Prepare for volatility. You cannot have emotions in this space. If you make moves based on emotions, you will lose 90% of the time. You don't know how many times I have to swallow my emotions when it comes to different things in crypto, not only with building my portfolio in coins, but also partnerships and partnering up with different businesses and opportunities. You cannot move emotionally. You will lose almost every single time. Let's talk about money-making activities. You have short-term versus long-term. So in our diamond class right now, we're covering how to trade Bitcoin and crypto. And we're doing live training right now, live trading right now. The live trading we're doing right now is short term. What does that mean? Well, we're buying tokens, but we're not buying to hold them. We're buying them to flip them. So I really don't care what the token is. I don't care what their long-term utility is. I don't care what the use case is. All I care about is the volatility of them. But then I have a long-term strategy where I have different wallets that's only dedicated to stockpiling coins and tokens that I believe are going to be here long term and they're going to grow in value long term. That's a completely different strategy. I've seen people mistakenly trying to trade with a long term mentality and not figuring out they're not going, how come I'm not making, how'd you make 8% yesterday? Yeah, I made 8% yesterday and I wasn't even home all day. So having the right strategy in the right scenario. So no long-term versus short-term. I need to get in on it. I think I've only made 0.5% today. My goal is to do 1.5% a day. Trading, that's what we're doing right now. Trading, you want to learn the trading skills. If you learn that, you're a walking ATM machine, and you will always do better than all of the automated trading bots that's out there and programs to give you passive income where you don't have to do nothing but put your money in. See, I know how it is. People want to put $1 in the machine on Monday and pull out $5 on Friday, right? But you can make more if you learn the skill set yourself. And you need to learn the skill set even if you're not going to actively trade, because you will know how to read the charts. You will know when to buy a token if you want to hold it long term. You will know when a new project comes down and you're looking at the tokenomics of it and you know this thing ain't going to work. Like I'm going to be sharing with our inner circle on Wednesday and Thursday. Oh yeah, I'm gonna break some things down and some people's feelings are gonna get hurt, and I don't care. It is what it is. I don't listen to any hype. So trading is a skill set that is priceless. I've only just recently got back into active trading. I was able to flip $30 into six figures in 3.5 months back in 2017. And that all started with trading because I didn't have any other money to use. And then I used that money to invest in other things, in businesses and things like that. And because I didn't like active trading, day trading. And then I'm getting back in it now. One, because I'm training on it, but two, I've got a goal and I'm challenging myself. I have a $10,000 trading account that is in my own control. $10,000, not using a bot or anything else, and then seeing if I can pull 1.5 to 3% a day. That could be anywhere between $4,000 to $7,000 a month, like $150 to $300 a day. That's my own personal goal, and so far it's working. Next is mining. We were at the Bitcoin 2025 event in Las Vegas. 75% of the floor. And what I love more, I don't go to these events because I want to walk into the room and listen to the keynote speakers on stage, because all of that's recorded and they throw that up on YouTube later on anyway. I love to walk on the floor, the convention floor, and see all of the booths and see what businesses are popping up. What is going to be the next big thing? And we saw a whole bunch of AI stuff. By the way, if you haven't seen two movies, Mission Impossible and Megan 2.0. But to do that, make sure you watch the last Mission Impossible movie first, and then the first Megan movie first too. Megan 1 and then Megan 2. AI, that's the future. I'm going to be writing a new course, AI 2.0, at the end of the year. But AI is very, very big. But the 75% that was in that floor was all about mining. Mining. This community is already in something called MoveQuest, where we are mining the MQT token using our own physical activity. Think about that. Exercising, moving, rewarding you for your work. It was funny at the Bitcoin event that the only move to earn we saw there was this exercise bike, and Rita B and Marnita Casa were on there, and they were pedaling for not Bitcoin, Satoshis. All that work for pennies. The one we're in, you're making a lot more than pennies. But mining is a big deal. So you want to have trading activities going on that's making you some money. You want to be involved in mining operations that's going to be making you some money. You want to invest in coins, part of your short term and long term, that's making you a stream of income. So that's three of them right there. These are three money making activities that you don't have to join any other company to do. Or you can join a platform like MoveQuest. But these three are completely in your hand. Learning a trading skill, getting on, we're using Kraken right now, mining, taking your own physical activity and turning that into rewards. Take those rewards and start purchasing other coins for short term and long term. Here's a big one. People, can I get rich off of crypto? Yeah, but you can get wealthy. And wealthy is something that can be generational. Not off of coins, but off investing in projects. That's another reason why I love going to the blockchain events, seeing what businesses are there. I'm looking for the next Amazon, the next Coinbase, or Coinbase is already big, the next type of Facebook, the next Alibaba, the next Netflix. Businesses that are utilizing blockchain technology is going to be the future top 500 companies in America and the world. Just mark my words. So I can make a little bit of money by buying their token, I can make a lot of money by investing in their company. There's a difference. I have an ultimate goal of having my own VC, $10 million. And I invest $100,000 in multiple different projects, knowing that most of them are going to fail. I'm only looking for one that will succeed. Because one project that I put $100,000 on can net me $25 million if they succeed, which is more than my $10 million fund. So this is the ultimate goal, investing in projects. And when someone says, well, Brandon, all of these things take money to get started, right? What if I don't have any of that? Well, then last but not least, you can join a network marketing opportunity to generate that income. That's how I got to where I am now. Networking opportunities, where my income is determined by my work ethic, not a salary or a position that's limited, has a ceiling. I want to be in something that I can make as much money as possible if I'm willing to work for it. And that's what I did. It walked me off my job. I retired at the age of 36. That's before I came into crypto. So if you have a great work ethic, you say, yes, all I need is a chance. There's no barrier to you joining a network marketing opportunity. It's just picking the right one. Me personally, I'm semi-retired. I have not promoted a network marketing opportunity in more than a year and a half now. And that's saying something for somebody like me. Right now, I'm more focused on not only my own company, but passive opportunities, what Robert Kiyosaki calls the I quadrant, the investor quadrant, letting my money work for me. And we will be talking about that Thursday night because I got some things to share, and that's been working. Dollar cost averaging. This is the most basic thing that you don't even need to have education to do. Dollar cost average. First, decide how much you are willing to invest short and long term. So only you can figure this out. Some people say, Brandon, I can afford to do like $25 a week. Brandon, I can afford to do $500 a month. I have one woman that when she first started, she was doing $2,000 a month. Her crypto portfolio now is worth more than $500,000. She started that 2019. I think she started doing that. 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. But she's got more than $500,000 and she's going to get to that $1 million mark very soon. So only you know what your number is, but decide how much you're willing to invest. Instead of putting it all in at one time, you break it up over a period of time. Create a budget for yourself, whether it is daily, weekly, or monthly. The goal is accumulation of crypto assets, which means sometimes you will be buying when the market is down, and sometimes you are buying when the market is up. Even if I look at MoveQuest, we're just accumulating. I have more MQT now than I did when we first got started. It's about accumulation. So I started my mom doing this. And at the beginning, every time Bitcoin was going down, she'd start to panic. And she called me up because he's in the news. Did I lose anything? No, you didn't lose anything. That's the one thing about crypto. You only lose when you sell. So I said, Mom, we're not selling any of your crypto right now. You're just accumulating over the next 5 years. And she's not doing it for herself. She wants to, for her grandkids. So just keep accumulating. Here's the difficult part, though. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. The mistake I made in the early days, and this was difficult, was that I was living off of it. I was off the grid. I didn't even use a banking account because I had a crypto debit card. I can go to any ATM machine, pull money out. I was paying my bills through it with crypto and everything. I was spending it. And then when I looked at the numbers later, I said, you know what? If I didn't spend that Bitcoin and that crypto, what would it be worth today? I fell out of my chair when I realized that. It was in the millions. Millions. I'm like, oh, wow. Because that's back in the day when crypto was between $5,000 to $12,000 for a long time. Now it's at $100,000. So the goal is to accumulate. Buy When the market is down, buy when the market is up. You're not selling it right now. Do not worry about what the cost of the asset is today. Our goal is, where will it be in the long run? Here's another thing. There is no crying in baseball. Remember A League of Their Own? There's no crying in baseball. So I have to reiterate, you cannot have emotions in this space. You know who always talks to me about this? It's my cousin Marnita. And she'd be learning on this stuff. You cannot have emotions in the crypto space. It will mess you up every time. You have to think strategically and think business, not how you feel. The markets don't care how you feel. Pay your taxes. Okay, so this is something that I have to, and especially since I'm public, I know crypto is anonymous. I know crypto, you're getting away from the banks and everything and control. But do not try to use it as a way to avoid having to, trying to hide your money and avoid having to pay taxes. Because at the end of the day, the tax man will always win. They are bigger than you. They have more resources than you do. I don't want to see you running off trying to hide in South Africa somewhere. They will go back on you years. You might have thought you got away with some stuff right now. So I am not a tax expert, so I don't give too much try to any advice when it comes to taxes outside of pay your taxes. Here's one thing too. The moment you take your crypto and you sell it back into US dollars, government fiat money, that is a taxable event. Everything else is still up for legislation. But that right there, if you are selling any type of crypto back into cash, you better be reporting it. Pay your taxes. Now, people who understand the power of Bitcoin in this era will be one step closer to finding their financial freedom. And ILCA is created to get you on this path. Ivy League Coaching Academy. Oh, you're going to start hearing a lot about that coming next year. So what is ILCA? Well, Ivy League Crypto Academy is a global training center where we're going to teach you everything you need to know. And we do it through streaming videos. We have now almost 200 videos covering 13 lessons. We first started out, well, not as a company. I created these lessons before I created ILCA, Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, and how to trade Bitcoin and crypto. And other companies were white labeling my product and using it. When we launched ILCA, we launched with just those three, and I added one more later on called the Internet of Things. So that's 45, 60 videos in 2022 that we had for ILCA for that entire year. Every year, though, since then, I added 3 more courses. But what are these courses? All courses is done in streaming video. You're going to learn how to buy your first Satoshi. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Store your Bitcoin safely in crypto wallets. Purchase and sell with Bitcoin. Trade cryptocurrencies and learn how altcoins work. And but on top of the lessons, we also have live memberships, live community learning with ILCA. And we covered this on Saturday. From our 5-day challenge that you guys just witnessed, you can also become a VIP member so that you can ask questions. We have our inner circle where I am covering crypto news every single day, well, Monday through Thursday, just privately for our inner community. And this is going to be expanded because I'm adding a lot that I'm only doing in the inner circle. For example, today was the last day that I am publicly did a MoveQuest presentation. So any presentations that I do when it comes to MoveQuest will be done in my private community because it's mostly going to be for training and also part of our passive income section where I start doing my ILCA elite presentations. Also, what's next? We'll be revisiting this in more detail in 2026, but we do have marketing, ILCA marketing division. You also can do one-on-one consulting. Some people say, well, Brandon, because of my schedule, I don't have the time to watch videos. I don't have the time to attend your live events. Can I, schedule some time to have one-on-one with you? Yes, you can. You can do one-on-one consulting with me. You can register for 30 minutes or an hour time with myself. And then on top of that, you have all of our courses based on your membership as well. So if you are an Inner Circle member, you will automatically have access to Bitcoin 101 just by being in the Inner Circle. If you are a diamond member, you're going to have access to 6 of our courses. Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Crypto, Internet of Things, Decentralized Finance, and NFTs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As if you're a diamond member, you have access to those 6. If you're a platinum member, you have access to every course and future course, because I am coming out with more courses this year. I'm going to be doing the finishing up our decentralization courses, and then I misjudged. I thought that this was going to be the year of CBDCs, and it's not. This is the year of stable coins. So I'm going to be creating and releasing a stable coin course as well. And I'm also going to be creating another set of courses. I haven't decided how many videos yet, but they're going to be even more basic than my Bitcoin 101 courses that I'm going to give away for free just for registering for the 5-day challenge. You're already getting a free ebook called Bitcoin for Beginners, but I'm going to also release some courses for free just for that as well. So that's another reason why I need to take some time this summer in the next 6 months to get prepared. So, oh yeah, the new courses, we have CBDCs, decentralization, and security. These are the courses we came out with this year. What is a 5-day challenge? Well, you guys already know. The ability to come out, whether you are a beginner or a seasoned veteran, and learn about the basics of what crypto is at no cost. By joining our VIP membership, that automatically puts you on our inner circle, and that allows you to build the ability to join our community to ask questions in a safe environment. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So a lot of people think and are afraid to, I don't know if I want to ask that because I'm going to look stupid. Guess what? I had that same question too. Everybody has. So there is no stupid question, and I will not ever make you feel less than or stupid for asking a question that might be considered simple. Okay? This is a safe space. I talked about our gold membership, our diamond membership, and our platinum membership, which also I have an affiliate program. So if you share ILCA with others, and this is not network marketing, I don't have a pyramid structure. I don't have a matrix. I don't have a unilevel. There are no multiple levels. That's not what this is about. We're about education. That's the point. So but I will reward you for sharing with others. So if you're a gold member, you will earn 5%. If you share ILCA with anybody, and it doesn't matter if you're just a gold and they purchase a platinum, you're still going to get 5% on their platinum every single month. If you're a diamond member, you'll earn 10%. If you're a platinum member, you're going to earn 20%. If you're a partner, and I'm going to do a separate call just about that because I'm going to be real big about that this month of July, you're going to earn 50%. In fact, this coming Saturday, when I do the next ILCA presentation, we're going to have a focus on the partnerships, and we'll be talking about Chicago. So one-on-one consulting, the ability to be able to get with me one-on-one. And we have what's Ms. Costa, what was that website again? To register, anybody who wants to register for the one-on-one consulting with me, all you have to do is set up an appointment. Also, I thought I took that one out. Oh, this one doubled itself. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to end there because I wanted to keep this short tonight on Monday night. Why did it do that? Give me 1 second here. I want to see this. Yeah, it duplicated itself. Interesting. Okay, here we end. Thank you, Ms. Casa. Winwithivy.org. You want to go to winwithivy.org. I'll put it here in the chat box. Winwithivy.org if you want to be able to set up a one-on-one. Now, as a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. So, what is coming next? What's happening next is this is Monday night. Tomorrow night, or tomorrow, we have our inner circle. It's July 1st. So we have our inner circle tomorrow morning, and we have our diamond class tomorrow night. In diamond class tomorrow night, I'm going to be spending a lot of time sharing the new strategy that I figured out, I came up with. And this is the thing about trading. You know, you can learn so much from watching somebody that's teaching you, but you really learn by actually doing it. And by doing it, you kind of find things that fit you and your style. And there's no right or wrong way in this. It's just people do things differently. So I figured out the best way to trade to still win with my level of comfort because I don't like sitting there staring at the screen all day. I had a bad experience once doing that. It cost me a lot of money and I was pissed off. And I said, I'm not doing this again. So I figured out a way that it fits my lifestyle comfortably and I'm having fun at the same time. And not, that was another thing I didn't like. I'm not stressed out. You know, I used to get real stressed and I had anxiety. I'm like, oh, is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? Nah, I'm real comfortable. I did 8%, a little more than 8% yesterday, and I was at the movie theater watching Megan 2. So I'm gonna cover that tomorrow night. The strategy that I've have, I'm still working on it. I haven't had any problems with it, and it seems to be the formula is working. I'll put it this way. I figured out it's kind of like have you ever just stared at the ocean and you see the waves that come in, the tides come flow forward and back, and it's like a dance. And then every now and then a big wave comes, and then you have to go back to the flow and dance, and then a bit, and then sometimes the tide just kind of goes away, and then it comes. I figured something out, right? And it wasn't just a theory; it's been working. So we'll cover that tomorrow night. On Wednesday, there's going to be an update call also tomorrow night for MoveQuest. For those of you in the MoveQuest community with the creator, Miss Lynette Arton. Wednesday, we'll have Crypto Talk. Then I'm going to be doing a right in the after Crypto Talk on the same link. You don't have to go anywhere. We're going to do a strategy session when it comes to MoveQuest based on the information that we were given tomorrow night. And I know some of what's going to be shared, but I don't know if I don't have everything. And so I'm going to have, based on that, what the new strategy is, if our strategy has changed at all. As because my goal, $2,500 to $5,000 a month. And then Thursday, Thursday night, I am doing a very special only inner circle and above only call where I'm going to be talking about the passive income program. So for those of you that say, okay, Brandon, yeah, I'm cool. And I'm learning everything with ILCA. I'm learning how to trade. I got MoveQuest going. I got that passive income. And many of you, you guys see my inbox. Hey, Brandon, what else you got that I can make some money in? Well, my focus again is the ability to earn without having to recruit and without having to sell. And I've got three programs, and these are three programs that I'm already in. It's not this is what I think is going to happen. This is what is already happening. I already have results, so I'm going to be briefly mentioning them Thursday night, but really in more detail when we get to Chicago. So I'm just getting you guys prepared on Thursday night, and that's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and I will it will be on the Inner Circle Zoom link that you're on right now on Thursday night. It's not going to be on BB Challenge because it's not a presentation. It's just our own meeting, private meeting. Now, for those of you that are not in the Inner Circle, and you say, Brandon, I want in on that. You got to join the Inner Circle. I will not be publicly promoting anything that I share on Thursday night. You will not see me publicly promoting that anywhere. Okay? Private, invite only. So if you want to know that, you got to be in the inner circle at least. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I will turn. Normally, I don't do Q&A on 5-day Monday night recap, but I will, and I'm going to leave the Zoom the YouTube channel open. Leonard, oh, you made 2% today. Nice, nice on SPX. I haven't done any trading today, and I missed up on this morning. I could have made 2 to 3%, but I'm going to get to it tonight. So I will turn it on over to Miss Casa that if there's any Q&A, and then we'll go from there.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All righty. So as you guys know, this is my favorite part of the session. We do ask for just 3 things. The first one is please do not unmute yourself until you are called upon. The second one is we do ask for 2 questions unless we have time for more. And the third one is the most important. There are no silly questions. So if you have an aha moment or a question, please just raise your hand and I will call on you.
Or any aha moments of something that you learned from the 5-day challenge.
Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Taylor, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Mel. Mr. Brandon, another great 5-day, sir, as usual. Every time I hear it, I learn something new. That I pick up on that is like, okay, yeah, now that makes sense. So just like with the crypto talks and the diamond classes, it's always a learning experience. It's never where you're not going to come away with something. I don't care if you heard it 1,000 times, you're going to come away with something that you didn't pick up on the first 1,000 times. So I appreciate that. My question kind of goes back to part of security. And I was actually working with someone today and on a situation where she was trying to set up her MetaMask wallet. And she couldn't understand why I was asking her to reset it, but it was on a new device. So can you kind of explain that to people, how you just can't go to, like, I can't come to your house and say, Brandon, let me borrow your computer and just log into my accounts. And that's kind of what she thought. Oh, just I already have it, so I can, whatever I'm on, I can just log on. And I explained to her that that's part of the security of wallets, where you just can't go log in. So can you kind of, for people who don't understand wallets, and even for those of us who do deal with multiple wallets, why we just can't log on to our account on any device?
Well, that's a good question. And let's start with first what people know. People know, well, if I have an account like with Bank of America, as long as there's any device that has an internet connection, I could go to bankofamerica.com and I got my username and password and I can log in. However, even that, a lot of banking institutions have added extra security, and they can recognize, wait a minute, you're logging in from a device we don't recognize. And so you might get a text alert or you might get an email saying someone is attempting to log in from this device. Is this you? To confirm. And so then you've got to confirm it. So we're already experienced with that. It's not just you just go to all the other websites, you just go anywhere, even Netflix. If you tried to log into Netflix from another device, a different IP or internet service, they will flag it as a warning and send you a message. Well, crypto is even on a whole other level, because we're talking about almost in a sense of banking services in your control, not only for custodial, but also non-custodial. So for custodial services like Coinbase, you can log into Coinbase wallet from multiple devices. You can be at a friend's house. Hey, can I hop on your computer real quick and log into my Coinbase account? And so what happens is, if you go to somebody else's house, you log on to coinbase.com, you put in your password, your username and password, then it's going to ask for your 2FA. So Once you do that, it still even might flag you and send you an email saying somebody is logging into your account. If this is not you, let us know. But as long as you've got your 2FA, you'll be able to log in from multiple devices on custodial accounts. And what are custodial wallets? Wallets you do not own the private key to. So that can be exchanges. I can take my Kraken. I can log into my Kraken from anywhere. Sometimes I have to remember not to where I have my VPN on, because they'll say, "Oh wait, hold on, we don't recognize this. Are you a scammer or what's not? Or do you have unauthorized access?" Now let's talk about non-custodial. Let's say MetaMask, for example. Well, one, you have to actually download the app itself. So if you're going to a friend's house, or you're want to get on somebody else's phone and they already have MetaMask downloaded, you cannot just have them log out and then you log in. Doesn't work that way. It's coded at that moment to that device. So the only thing you can do is import wallet. So you can import your wallet to somebody else's, but now you're giving somebody else that has MetaMask access to all of your stuff. So you would have to delete it and then reinstall it and have a new complete setup. You can't have two MetaMask wallets on one device. Another thing is, if you are trying to access from a different system, let's say you've got MetaMask on your home computer as an extension, and then you want to also have MetaMask on your phone. Well, once you get your phone, you download the MetaMask app on your phone, and then you can import, by using your seed phrase, the same wallet that's on your MetaMask, and now you have access to the same. Now, by having it on your app, if you've customized your MetaMask on your computer, let's say you rename some of your wallets, that does not transfer over to the app. The wallets do, but then you have to also ask or give it permission to display everything. It's not just going to automatically, everything that's on your MetaMask on your computer, pop up on your phone. You've got to go in there in every single one and get it displayed. This is a security measure for that. Same with Exodus, for example. If you've got Exodus on your computer or your laptop, you can also have that same Exodus wallet on your phone. But same with MetaMask, you're going to have to use a seed phrase. And so now everything you do on your phone will also show and be displayed on your computer. I have that done too, so that I can monitor things. I don't like to do crypto transactions on my phone, but I'm able to monitor my wallets from my phone, but I do all of my stuff on my computer. So I hope that explains it, Kenny. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yeah, because one of the questions, and she was worried because she got the pop-up on the new device, you need to reset your wallet. And she was wondering if she was being scammed or what's going on. I'm like, no, no, no. That's because it's a new device. So you have to set it up just like you're setting it up for the first time. So I thought that was good for everyone to kind of go over again. So if you lose your phone, break your phone, your computer blows up, whatever, then you understand every time you do something with a wallet, it has to be new. You just can't log in willy-nilly from anywhere.
I even got one more, even better. Especially when people that are, and I learned this by default, people that love to do crypto stuff on their phone. So let's say you have an Exodus wallet on your phone, and every 2 years or so, you're ready to turn that phone in and get a new phone. Well, wiping the phone, especially if you're dealing with iPhone, I didn't know this happened. Android, I never experienced this with, but this happened with one of my iPhones. I I took off the Exodus wallet. I deleted the wallet from the phone. Okay, and that's all I did was pressed on it and said delete, so it's no longer on the phone. When I went and re-downloaded Exodus onto the phone, it automatically pulled up my account, because I don't know, somehow Apple had it stored somewhere in the cloud. I didn't give it permission to do any of that, but it recognized that it was once on the device and everything popped up. So I literally had to like kill it, delete it, not delete the wallet itself, but go in there under settings and like restore it like factory on the app itself and log out completely. And so that way, then when I deleted it and then I re-downloaded it again, it did not pull up my information. So that was a learning lesson. I was like, oh, so if I had turned that phone in and some geek from Geek Squad on the other end has a device and they decide, hey, let me see what's going on here, and pulls up crypto wallets, my wallet would have popped up right there in front of them automatically. I was like, oh, but I also had biometrics on it. So unless they could figure out how to get around that, but the fact that it was there when I thought I had deleted it, that tripped me up for a second. So
Everything's possible now. It don't matter if they have access, it's possible they can get into it. So
hey, well, what do you think
guys are
World
getting
ID
smart.
is all about? Scanning people's irises.
Yes.
Now they got your they got you. They got your biometrics.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that explanation.
You got it.
Yikes, Mr. Taylor, you came out with a real good one. And Mr. Ivy, that answer was phenomenal. Thank you for telling the difference between a custodial wallet and a non-custodial. There were some things that you pointed out about MetaMask that even I didn't know. So thank you both for that question and that answer. Okay, Miss Judy E., the floor is all yours.
Hey everyone, can you hear me okay?
Yes, you can.
Okay, wonderful. You know what? I just want to thank Kenny for that comment. It was so timely because I just found my iPhone that I thought I lost when I came back from South Africa. It turns out it was in the bottom of a bag, and I turned it on, and up popped my message. This iPhone has been reported lost or stolen. Please, call me, my phone number, my email. But here's the interesting thing. I want to actually transfer my stuff from my third device on MoveQuest onto that one. And when I pulled up the phone, I realized it was connected to my Apple ID. So I have to wipe all that and set it up with the ID for my third device. But it pulled up, just as you said, it pulled up all my old accounts. And I remember one time I had to go turn it in. This was actually a replacement phone. And my girlfriend warned me. She said, take all the crypto out beforehand. But yeah, no, I just want to thank Kenny for that one. But that was a light bulb moment.
That's another thing I do not. When, as I say, you can replace your phone to get an upgrade or turn them in. I still have all my old devices, all my phones, just like my hardware drives on my computers. Every time I get a new computer or a laptop, I don't throw them away. I keep them stored because the way tech is now, you think something's deleted, they can always pull something off of there. I might have seen too many sci-fi movies for that.
Yeah.
So, thank you for that, Judy.
Thank you for that, Miss Judy. And yes, like Mr. Taylor said, and nowadays anything is possible. So be careful. Okay, Mr. Taylor, go ahead. I see your hand.
Yeah, I just want to kind of expand on what Mr. Brandon just said. In a prior life, I worked for the government and Intel. And like we used to say, and you hear it in movies, nothing's ever deleted. I knew text. I don't care what type of security I know guys can go in and get anything. So like they say, you can think you deleted it. If it's a trace on that hard drive, somebody will find it. So like you might want to take a page from Mr. Brandon and store them, burn them, melt them, whatever you need to do. But just keep in the back of your mind, anybody, these people who know code, anybody can get into anything and find anything on any database or hard drive. So just wanted to put that out there.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Kenny. Miss Casa, if you can share, because today is the last day of June, all of our diamond members what to expect and what's happening, because most of our diamond members make their payment the first, second, third of the new month.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Mr. Taylor, again, booyah. That was fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Yes, all the diamond members that were paying $99.95 a month. No worries. Don't worry. I see you, Miss Briggs. I actually canceled out those memberships maybe about 2 days ago, but I did not cancel out your benefits. So we're going to give you a few days to be able to sign back up. You guys go to ILCA.app. That way you can choose which membership. You don't have to come back in diamond. If you want, you can come back in as platinum. Yeah, you can come back in as platinum, or if you're ready, you can become a partner. So those options are absolutely available to you, but no worries, you were already canceled out.
So just make sure you guys, you got to go, and we'll be doing an audit to see those diamond members that have not done that, and send you guys a message. Say, you haven't done this part yet. Do you still want to remain a diamond member or not? Here's the link. All right. Well, that is it for our Monday night recap call, everybody. Thank you guys for being here for another successful 5-day challenge. Thank you guys on YouTube for plugging in. We're going to have a very, very busy summer, July, August, September, and then we're sprinting to the end of the year and getting everything set. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of new things. Also, the certification program is up. So for those of you guys who have not gone through that yet, is that right, Marnita? Can we talk about that?
I was reading what Miss Judy said. Please repeat that. I'm so sorry.
The certification program.
Oh, it's on and cracking. Oh, I mean, it is available. It is available, you guys. Like, you can go through all the questions are open. They've been open. And so the last ones that were opened up, you guys should be able to get through them, no problem, because you guys have been on it, especially you people here. You've been in this class. So Miss Rita, where you go is, okay, so for example, if you guys wanted to go to one of the courses, we're going to use Bitcoin 101 as an example. You click on Bitcoin 101, you'll see the menu of courses pop up. You scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're going to see where it says quiz. You click on that, bada bing, bada boom, and it will let you know if you passed or if you didn't. So you have to get at least 84% to pass. If you don't pass, just go through it again and until you pass, and we'll be able to see your test. Now, July 1st, what I'm going to do is the 18th. Let's say you guys got to the end of the week. Okay. So like I said, the last 3 courses I think that I opened up. Hey now, Rita B, since you're doing all that talking, girlfriend, I'm going to keep my eye on you. You better get certified in July, okay? So like I said, the last 3 courses that were opened up, you guys should be able to get through the questions easily. And so you guys have till the end of next week.
All right, everybody. Did you have another question, Kenny, or was your hands already up there? Yeah, go ahead.
That was actually what I was going to bring up, the certification. Once, my question, you take a test at the end of each class. Now, is your certification going to be based on passing all the tests, or would it be like a final test encompassing everything to get certified?
See, those are the questions that I like, Mr. Taylor. I'm really keeping my eye on you. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, so the way this works is there is a test after each course, right? And you have to get that 84% to pass on to the next one. So basically, if you find yourself at the end, with the last course, you're already there. That means you've passed all the way through. So if you get to that final boss, you're through. Now, that's just for certification. We are looking for coaches, people that want to not only take their education to the next level, but who want to learn how to teach other people. So if you want to be want to be a coach, there is going to be a second test. Now, the one that you have now is a multi-choice. So there's maybe like 4 different answers you can choose from. That second one for our coaches, no, baby, that is, you're going to explain to us what the questions are, because we need to ensure that when you go out there into the world, that the way that you're explaining to your students is a way that they can comprehend. So don't worry, we got you, Mr. Taylor. We got you.
And on the course, you say you can go back. Let's say you miss 1 or 2. I think there should be maybe a limit how many times you can go back through it.
Uh-oh.
So to make people actually have to go back and read the course and not just skim it looking for the answers.
Come on now, Mr. Taylor.
So,
all right.
Maybe that's just me.
I like it.
But it reinforces it. So if you let's say you've done it twice and you missed twice, go back and just take the course, read the course again. Yes. Not just scan for the answers for those ones you missed.
I see what you're saying, sir. You gave me an idea, Mr. Taylor. Thank you.
Or even having to take a time limit on how long until they
before you can retake it.
Yeah.
I like that. We can definitely do that, sir. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Very nice.
I accept all hate mail.
Calculus.
No, I won't take it personal.
I failed calculus 3 times in college, and I had to wait till the next semester to take it again. I couldn't just go back next week and take it.
I just want to make sure everybody getting what they pay for, but actually learning. Because this is not something to just take for granted. Just we're putting the time in. Let's make sure we're learning it, that we can pass on this knowledge. It's, not just to say, oh, I got it. That's you cheating yourself and your family.
I like how you're thinking.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I know we have to go, but Mr. Taylor, you just triggered something. I have a meeting with our marketing department tomorrow, and they have a special request from our beautiful community. And now that you've come on camera, Mr. Taylor, and said all that wonderful stuff, I'm expecting a testimonial from you, sir. Please and thank you. I need it by Wednesday, okay? And to everyone else here, if you find value, please, all we're asking is for maybe a 1 minute. Even if let's say you don't have your camera on, you have one of those avatars that Leonard uses. Do that, but send us a video, 30 to 60 seconds telling everybody why it's so important that they not only attend the 5-day challenge, but that they further their education in cryptocurrency, so we can get our marketing department on it and get the word out about ILCA the way it's supposed to be spread.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Casa and Mr. Taylor. That information. And for everybody else for participating, another successful 5-day challenge. We'll see you guys again tomorrow for Inner Circle. And then the countdown for the next 5-day challenge will be at the end of August. So be ready for that. That's 2 months away. Everyone else, it's all about Chicago from now until then. With that, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll see you Inner Circle members tomorrow morning. Brandon Ivey out. Bye-bye.